All right, parental discretion is always advised on revenge. It can get quite heated.
This is where you go, krbe.com, and you get together with us. Eric's going to contact you and kind of set it all up so he can do his work. He's out today. He's not feeling so well, but we've got Gary standing by so we can find out what is going on with Gary. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning.
Hey, Gary, so who is it you want to get revenge on?
I want to get revenge on my mother. She's always been a busybody. I have two sisters and myself, and she's always gossips with my sisters and then will talk crap about them to me and vice versa. She discovered social media. She just makes like nasty comments on people's photos. I see her do it to other people. She does it to me. She feels like she needs to give people advice, but it's never from a good place. It's always a sharp criticism. She craves drama.
Or, guys, she's just a mom. Sharp criticism? Isn't that all moms?
What, does it go beyond criticism? I mean, what are some examples of what she's doing?
Long story short, I'm dating a woman, and my mom really liked my ex-wife a lot. It's like the only person she's ever gotten along with in her life, I think. And she was really upset when I got a divorce, and now I'm with this new woman. We went on vacation, and Jessica, she took a photo of herself in a bikini, the two of us on a beach, posted on social media. My mom got on there and she was like, "This is disgusting, put on clothes." And then she texted me and she said, "Your girlfriend needs to learn how to dress appropriately. This is inappropriate." She goes on and on.
Well, I've got a question. Is her hostility towards your new girlfriend because your marriage ended because of this girl?
No, it did not end because of her. I had an amicable divorce. My ex, Rebecca, and I were still friendly-ish, but there was no infidelity, nothing like that.
All right, Gary, you're going to have to convince me a little bit more your mom's being bad. She's just basically doing what moms do to their daughters, which we should stop doing. I agree.
It's not just that, though. I mean, she put on her social media, she's a whore.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I can't handle my girlfriend being called a whore,
Well,
that's just not gentle criticism. And recently, she invited me and Jessica over to her house and simultaneously invited my ex, Rebecca, at the same time.
Yeah, why would she do that?
God.
She's so friendly with your ex?
She says, I can be friends with her. Just because you got a divorce doesn't mean that my relationship ends. See, Jessica, this is what a real woman behaves like.
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Oh, my God, that's so embarrassing.
All right, so you're going to teach Mom a lesson, huh?
I'd love to teach her a lesson.
Okay, well, I'm just going to let you know, putting your mom on revenge is real risky because you're going to teach her a lesson, but you might teach yourself a lesson right out of Thanksgiving dinner.
That would be a blessing. At this point, that would be a blessing.
Okay, and your mom's
All right.
name is Christine?
That's correct.
All right, yeah, because I can't just say, "Hi, Gary's mom." All right, hold on. She is standing by. Let's get your mama, Christine, on the line. Hi,
Okay.
Christine. Welcome to the Roula and Ryan Show in 104.1 KRBE. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good morning. This is kind of unusual.
Well, Christine, on Tuesdays, we like to let people air out their grievances, and we actually have your son on the line right now, Gary.
Hi, Mom.
Gary, what's going on?
You treat Jessica like a piece of garbage. The only person you seem to like in this world is my ex, Rebecca, and you do these things to intentionally manipulate me, manipulate Jessica, and manipulate Rebecca, manipulate sisters. Come on now. You have no sense of holding your tongue, no sense of treating people with respect. The way you behave on social media is inappropriate. It's cruel. I don't get why you behave that way.
Gary, obviously I didn't raise you right. All I want is what's best for you.
What's best for me is you to not be rude to my girlfriend and not be rude to anyone else.
I'm being truthful. I'm being honest. That's just me. That's who I am.
Okay, Mom, so is it okay for you to call Jessica a whore?
It is if she dresses like one.
Is your goal to get him to drop her? Like, you just don't like this woman, or you don't like any woman with your son?
No, I love his ex-wife. We are still great friends, and I feel like there's still hope for them. I love her.
No, you're ruining my friendship with her because you keep doing these things like inviting me and Jessica over whenever she's coming over.
So, Gary, there's no possibility whatsoever of you ever getting back with your ex-wife.
No, we divorced.
I mean, there's always hope. I can always hope,
No.
can I?
Is that what your ex is asking for? via your mom?
No, I'm sure she knows it, and I'm sure she's embarrassed by it. Leave her alone. Let her live her life. Don't you think it's bad to continually bring her back into our circle? Like, we've all moved on. She needs to move on, too. She has moved on. You're not letting her move on.
She's part of our family.
No, she is not. She is not.
Well, I don't think you're going to get through to your mom, Gary, so why don't you tell us all what's going on?
Jessica and I got engaged. So you may think she's a whore, but we're getting married.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Why would you not be happy for your son?
I don't think she's the right person. That's all. I can't support you doing this. I think it's the wrong choice.
You don't have to support us because we're out of your hair. We're moving to California.
What? Why?
Because I can't live my adult life in the same city as you because you are too much of a micromanaging, cruel, mean mother. That's why.
That was really hurtful, Gary.
Think about all the things you've done to hurt other people. And by the way, I'm unfriending you on social media. You're being blocked.
You're going to regret this. You don't want your own mother in your life.
I want you in my life, but I want you to also respect my life.
Well, I'm just curious, Gary, why you picked California. Do you not like money? I mean, I'm just saying, it's really expensive there. Is she from there, or why'd y'all pick California?
I got a great job opportunity there, and we're going to be living our best lives.
Maybe elope. Maybe just go get married together somewhere on a beach.
Well, he can do whatever he wants. The point is, you wanted to let your mom know that her behavior, this is what it is, Miss Christine. He wanted to let you know that he could have included you in all these things, but you have mistreated Jessica in such a way he doesn't want to be around you anymore.
I'm so hurt. I didn't want to lose him to this woman. I just don't think she's the right choice.
You need to prove to me that you can treat me, Jessica, my sisters, anyone that you communicate with respect.
I've always spoken the truth, and I will continue to speak the truth on my Facebook.
I can't get through to you, so that's the bottom line. I just want to end this call now.
This is the woman you love. This is the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with. If she can't get on board, then you just got to move forward. I know it's your mom, but still, you're not going to spend the rest of your life with your mom. You're going to spend the rest of your life with the girlfriend or your now wife.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, I can't be living in the past anymore.
Sorry to lose you, but Gary, when you move to California, you can take the Roula and Ryan show with you on the app and the podcast. So
I
you can
will.
always have us.
I will do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
Good luck to you, sir.
Hey, thank you.
All right, take care, Gary. I guarantee you
On
there are
text-
so many people that have had something like this happen to them.
On text, and I quote, parents who are toxic need to be called out more often and not ignored just because they're, quote, being a parent. Another person says, oh, gosh, go, Gary. That mom is a terror. She's terrible. She should not treat anyone like that. That mom is horrible. Yes, 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 go, Gary.
I call it like I see it.
One
I
person
can't
says
stand it
he
when people
shouldn't
say
put his
that.
mom on blast. Oh, my gosh. Listen, I feel... I hope that Gary doesn't regret totally cutting out his mom. And maybe for now, because it's so raw, it is going to be cold like that. But eventually he comes around because your family is your family. And eventually you're going to just have to come around.
I understand that, Roula, but...
And she's going to have to come around to the girl he just got engaged to.
Yeah, as a parent, you got to support your children's decisions. You can't sit there and badmouth the person that they're going to spend the rest of their life with.
And the problem,
It's awful.
the biggest problem I have is that she called her names. She's calling the girlfriend that's now the fiance names like that on
Yeah,
social
that's
media.
awful.
It's one thing if you want to trash talk her to yourself or something, but don't be posting that because now look at how odd. Like all the friends that they have, like the family friends they have, saw the mother say that. And now they're all going to learn that Gary's engaged to her.
And they're going to have a
like,
bad
awkward.
picture of his new girlfriend. I'd like to open up the lines at 713-390-KRBE. Gary's not alone. There's no way he's alone. If you've had to endure a mother-in-law or the mom of the guy that you're out with or going out with, and she's just a nightmare, I'd like to hear from you.
She calls your... We did have a lady in the studio whose mother-in-law caused the divorce. 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Meddling mamas. Tell us about them. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show.
All right, coming off of revenge where Gary finally had to set his mother straight. She was just meddling so much in their affairs, him and his girlfriend.
Name calling his girlfriend, inviting the ex over, wishing the ex was the future wifey. He just told his mom, I'm going to marry her and we're moving to California to get away from you. Looks like toxic moms are the topic right now at 713-390-KRBE. That's 5723 on your phone. A lot of people are dealing with toxic moms and mother-in-laws. We're going to start with Christina on the line. Hi, Christina. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Christina.
Hey.
Share with us, what do you have to deal with?
So it was my ex-mother-in-law. She really had a good thing with my ex-husband's ex-girlfriend. And it was to a point, we had separated, but found out I was pregnant, tried to make it work. Well, we moved in with my in-laws, and she threw a birthday dinner for his ex-girlfriend at the house while we lived there.
Oh, my God.
God, she did not.
So disrespectful.
Wait, Christina. How did she justify that? Hey, I'm living here and I want your ex-girlfriend's birthday party. What'd she say? Her house, her rules.
She said, her house, her rules.
How many years were you guys married before y'all divorced, Christina, you and your ex?
10 years.
10 years. Did
10 years.
Did he not stand up to his mother?
Nope.
Mama's
Never.
boy. Okay.
That was a big issue in our marriage.
That's a huge key, I think, for a lot of people who are dealing with exes. I think that when you get married, your marriage rules should be, you deal with your family, I'll deal with mine, but stick up for me.
But yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly, Roula.
Sometimes that's
Because
really hard to learn.
when you marry somebody, that is now your partner. You guys are a team, and you got to have their back at all times.
Man, Christina, that's really rough. Okay, so can I ask a question? How many years now have you guys been divorced? How many years has it been, or how much time has passed?
11 years.
11 years.
Okay, in the 11 years.
Our oldest is a senior now.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. In the 11 years, did you and your ex ever think to each other, like, because you guys basically divorced because of his mom, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Him not standing up for her. Did he ever have a moment of clarity, or did you guys ever have like a moment where, like, you know, it's just sad we couldn't make it work because of her? Like, acknowledge the mother was the source and maybe you could have made another run for it ever, or y'all just went your separate ways and are with other people now?
No, we did. It was actually at his grandmother's funeral. He pulled me to the side and he apologized, and he said he wished he had, stood up for me and actually tried to make our marriage work. Because in his eyes, I was just a nagging wife. I didn't like his mom and all of that. And I was like, no, I just wanted you to put me first.
Wow. Now, did he end up with that ex? So the mother-in-law was always trying to get him back together with his ex. Did they end up together?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. See, Mom, look what you
Christina, I'm sorry that happened to you, but you're not alone. We have a lot of people lined up to talk about it. Thank you so much. Have a great Tuesday, Christina. And thanks for calling. Phil is up next at 713-390-KRBE. Hi, Phil. Good morning.
Good morning.
did. Hey, Phil, so
Hey.
you had to deal with this?
Oh, yeah. Hey, this is Phil. Remember Phil that wrestled the raccoon?
Oh, yeah.
Raccoon wrestling Phil.
Raccoon wrestling
Yeah. Yeah, so, I married my wife. She had 2 kids already from an ex-husband. And so my ex-in-laws, they would always have my now ex-wife's husband over for, they'd go to lunch with them after church every Sunday. And which was weird because I would take the kids to church every Sunday, would never get an invite to lunch. I would always have them over for barbecues. Then the kids would let it slip that the ex-mother-in-law would take the kids to shop for gifts for Tyler, which was my wife's ex-husband, and buy him ties, buy him gifts for Father's Day, for his birthday, every occasion. And, but Bill wouldn't get a gift whatsoever from the in-laws or
that's
anything.
sad.
When I would have, my birthday party, if my wife would have me a birthday party or whatever, they would magically have something else come up and they would never come over. It was always something. And so then, I'd come over because, after work to pick up the kids and magically Tyler, which was the ex, was always over at their house working on his truck, doing something. So he was always over there. And so then
well, I can understand. Hang on a second, Phil. Now, for just 1 second, okay? And I'm not justifying their actions as far as that's rude that they didn't acknowledge you, but why should they be hostile towards him? Like sometimes you're together for a long time, you fall in love with your in-laws. They're part of your family. Just because your marriage is over doesn't mean that your relationship with your in-laws has to be over.
No, I
they were
get
putting
that
him first, though.
completely. But exactly. So that was the thing. I mean, they never acknowledged our marriage, never acknowledged me, and so the guy was always over there, and so that was fine. But the fact that I never got a gift, never got anything, and I went out of my way to always make sure that I got my mother-in-law a Mother's Day card, got her flowers, make sure that I got her mother flowers and gifts for Mother's Day, and got them all kinds of stuff, and went out of my way if my ex-wife's father needed help moving something, needed help doing, whatever, I was always there to help them out. But if I needed help getting something moved, whatever, they were always busy, didn't have the time.
Oh, that sucks.
And so it was one of those things. And so, and as the kids, did something and I disciplined them, they were sure to let my wife know that they didn't approve of me disciplining the kids or, whatnot. And it was just always one of those things. And so they were always meddling in our relationship, and I always make sure that they would let my wife know that they disapproved of anything that I did. But yet, my ex-wife was married to her ex-husband for 5 years, 5.5 years. And the guy didn't work a day in his life and help her with anything. And yet they treated him like he was a god.
Oh, boy.
And so, and we got divorced last year in July, and magically, as soon as we got divorced, she's back with the ex-husband.
Oh, Phil.
Again, it's not working and doing anything, so it's just crazy.
Wow. Gosh. Okay, listen, if you're just tuning into the Roula and Ryan show, what Phil just described is a toxic mother-in-law. And there are a lot of toxic in-laws, but specifically we're talking about moms coming off of revenge, where the mom just can't let go of the exes and they don't approve of who you're with. Jeanette says she was the monster in-law.
Oh, really?
713-390-KRBE is our phone number. Jeanette, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Hey, we're fine.
We're good. I'm
you were the
very
mom?
interested to hear your story, Jeanette. Please explain.
So my son has a baby with this woman, and
with this woman,
she comes from a very dysfunctional background. Let me start there. Okay. And so she's anything that he does or even attempted to do that was positive, that was going to be beneficial for them in their relationship, she tried to knock him down. It was just, she never wanted to see him elevate. Mm-hmm. And so for me, of course, me being the mom, I'm like, wait a minute, and I'm telling my son, hey, if anybody's not on your side and have your best interest at heart, they're not good for you. And so she was just like, she would tell him, why is your mom this? Why is your mom that? Your mom's this, your mom's that. And so I'm telling him, like, the things that she's saying to you, is just kind of like a red flag waving real hard. She hit him with a car.
What? Wait,
what?
She intentionally hit him? She intentionally
tried to kill him?
Yes.
Why?
She hit him with
what
a car.
happened?
Yes. Because she was like, I think he was cheating, or he was looking at some girl when they were out, and I don't understand. Like, he's supposed to be with me, and I'm like, really?
Wait, she tried to mow him over like Clara Harris, like tried to drive over him.
Listen, she hit that boy, and he flew up in the air.
Oh, my God.
God. Did you guys call the cops?
So many times. Huh?
Did you call the cops and get her, in trouble?
Oh, yeah, the cops came, and I was at work when it happened, and so his best friend called me, so of course I left work. And then when I get there, she's in the back of the police car, and I told her that was the safest place for her to be at that time.
Oh yeah, she hurt your baby boy.
Mom. Listen, I'm going to support this mama.
Yeah.
I don't think you're a toxic mother-in-law.
No.
I think that was a toxic woman that your son got into. Uh-huh.
In her mind, I was, because it was like I always supported my son, and she always tried to put a wedge in between that.
Oh, that's
and so I've always given her probably the most negative energy that one person could even muster up because she was such a bad person.
God, so what happened now? What's the end story to that? Did she get arrested, go to jail? They divorced?
She got arrested. She went to jail. She was going to either have to do 60 days, but she decided that she couldn't stay away because, of course, he didn't go anywhere, not then. So she couldn't stay away. So she took 10-year probation.
Oh, my God.
Like a fool. She took 10-year probation. And so she stayed out. They stayed together, and now he has finally split from her. Thank the Lord above.
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Now she is like, she can't reach him in any kind of way, so now she emails him. So
I don't understand our legal system. You've got somebody somebody that attempted murder, and all they got was 10 years probation.
Listen, Jeanette, I'm going to tell you that people are texting, you are no monster-in-law. You are an angel trying to save your son from a psycho. So good for you, and keep on keeping on. Thank you so much for listening to our show, Jeanette, and I'm glad you really were there for your son.
Every day I'm in my car screaming at the radio, oh, my God, oh, my God. Yes.
Well, listen, Jeanette.
Guys. Y'all have a great and amazing day.
Thank you.
You're so sweet, too. And listen, you got to stick around because at 8 o'clock we're eating dog ice cream. You're going to be screaming for that one because I know it's not going to taste good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God.
Try it Tuesday.
Right.
Try it Tuesday. Thank you, Jeanette. You just made us all smile. God bless you. Thank you so much.
Y'all have a great
Take
day.
care.
I'm glad you called. Thank you.
If you guys have a monster-in-law in your life, a toxic mother or a toxic mother-in-law, y'all can go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. We check in with the listener line all the time. And I want to give a quick shout out to Elliot. It is Elliot's 5th birthday today. And Mama says she loves the show and would love a birthday shout out on the way to school. Already starting school. Love you guys. Elliot, have the best day.
Come on,
Bye.
Sam. Give him the happy birthday.
Hey, happy birthday.
Oh,
that one sounds like something came up.
That was like my PB and J just kind of
you got a little phlegm there.
Yeah, and a shout out to everybody starting school because we're getting lots of requests for like, hey, first day of school, good vibes. So for everybody starting school, I want to give an extra little hug to the mamas who are teachers on the first day of school because you are there for your new classrooms and your own kids are having their first days of school. So I don't know if they go to the same school where you're teaching, but hopefully you got to give them good little mommy hugs before you're there.
Did you ever know anybody, Roula?
Everybody else's kiddos.
You ever know anybody who had their mom for a teacher?
Yeah, actually, yeah. When I was in school, one of my friends in my class, his mom was our teacher.
In my school, there was enough classes and teachers to where they made sure that didn't happen, and they would avoid placing his kids
what I thought. Like
in the
you
classes
weren't
with
allowed.
no, you weren't allowed.
To have
now,
your
given
parents.
the choice, if your parents were teachers, would you want to have them as a teacher?
No, my parents would be so hard on me.
Actually, my dad refused to teach me piano. He is a professional pianist.
He's like a brilliant pianist.
Yeah, and because him and I butted heads so much anyway, so he got some of his friends to teach me piano, and I was okay with that. We were all okay with that.
Do you feel like you retained any of that, Kevin, by the way?
The only thing I retained is the ability to read music and know what notes are and tone is. But if I were to have to sit down and play a song, no way.
See, that's crazy. It's just the opposite. My daughter never took a single lesson, doesn't know how to read the notes, but she can play by ear. She can just sit in front of a piano and just bang out a tune.
There was a story about what's the biggest waste of time you did, like hours of wasted time now that was useless. And one of the people said it was learning piano. Hours and hours. Their parents forced them. Their parents were miserable because the kid was so miserable doing it, did not retain jack crap after hours and hours and hours at the keys. Doesn't care, never wants to touch a piano. I'm thinking, I wish I could be that one that just sees a piano in a department store and says, like just sits all the way and just tinkles those keys, or what do you call them? Tinkles.
No, it's tickle the ivories.
Tickle the keys.
It's not tinkle the keys. It's tickle the ivories.
Pee on the tea and the keys. No, that's okay. Go to the listener line 713-278-VENT. That's 8368 on your phone. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, man, Barbie and Avatar. It is the craziest race to the $1 billion you've ever seen. We'll talk about this next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
In Hollywood, H-Town.
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop
On KRBE.
It is brought to you by Innovative Lasers of Houston. Okay, so the Barbie movie in Oppenheimer cannot be stopped. It is the fourth weekend now that Barbenheimer takes over the box office. And I wanted to mention it today because, all the official numbers come out. And Barbie easily stayed at number one. It has now made $1.18 billion. $1.18 billion. If you really dive deep in this whole thing was never even going to go this way. The whole Barbie movie was originally an Amy Schumer project. And she was going to be Barbie. And then when all the producers, I think, fell in line, they decided to go this one way with the storyline. She goes, that's not really my vision. That's not what I thought it was going to be. It's not for me. I'm out. So then they cast Margot Robbie, and look at what we have. I have yet to see this movie because I can't leave my house because of my ankle surgery. But man, I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it because I've seen it gets ruined for you because it's so popular. Everyone's posting like the America Ferrera monologue, which is fantastic, and all this stuff. And it used to be so crazy to get to $1 billion. Remember when Avatar first
Avatar
released?
was the first one, wasn't it?
I was like, oh my God, Avatar made $1 billion. Well, Barbie did the same thing easily in 4 weeks. Avatar technically has made $2.7 billion because, if you remember, James Cameron re-released Avatar before they did Way of Water.
He wanted to get those numbers up so he could beat Avengers Endgame.
Yeah, and he did. $2.7 billion. Now, if you look at
now, let me ask you a question, Roula. Honest opinion, do you think if Amy Schumer had been Barbie that it would have pulled these kind of numbers?
I don't know. It's a hard question to answer because we don't know what the storyline was going to be. It just depends on how she took it. I have no idea. I mean, from what I understand, you guys have all of you guys in the studio seen Barbie? Kevin, you've seen it?
No.
You've seen it?
No. I think just Ahmad, Sam, and Eric have.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know Eric liked it. Sam, you liked it.
Yes.
Ahmad, you liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, a lot of people just are taken with Barbie. It's just awesome.
Fun.
And great casting and all the things. I just can't wait to see it. And I don't think people expected that. And Greta Gerwig, who directed it, is celebrating becoming the highest grossing female director of a live action movie at the worldwide box office. She has passed up now Captain Marvel's director, Anna Boden. She also is the highest grossing female director of all time domestically after Frozen 2.
Wow.
Barbie has beat Frozen 2 now. I mean, Barbie is a machine, and so is Oppenheimer. It's like Barbie and Oppenheimer, top two movies.
Yeah,
for
but
the last 4
Oppenheimer
weeks.
doesn't have a toy line.
True. I mean, I don't know, Sam. Do you remember having like a specific Barbie that you still remember so clearly when you were a kid, or did you never play with Barbies?
No, my mom bought me so many Barbies, and I never played with them.
What?
Yeah.
You know,
They just sat around.
I was a tomboy. I didn't want to play with Barbies.
I think a lot of girls are like that, though. My daughter didn't play with Barbie too much.
I had to sneak and play with Barbies, Sam. You had all of them, and you didn't play with them.
You could have been my friend and came and hang out with my Barbies, and I would have just played with your sports.
Yeah, G.I. Joes.
Yeah. I just
My
was
favorite-
playing sports.
One of my favorite memories, which it's so funny now because it's like through the eyes of a child, of an innocent child. My mom, I don't know if it was for Christmas or what, she got me and my 2 sisters these like Barbie wardrobe cases that had a handle, and it was like that soft kind of like cushiony like vinyl, and you close it and all her clothes are in there and she's in there. And I was playing with I had 2 Barbies and they were naked in there because I didn't have time to dress them before I had to put my toys away. And then my brother was like, let me see your Barbies. Something like, well, let me see your Barbies when I had the case. Like, what's in your case? I go, no, you can't. It was like the craziest standoff that I would not let him open I would not open the case. And then everyone's like, what is your problem, weirdo 6-year-old? Why can't you let us open the case? I was like, she's naked in there. You're gonna see her naked. I was like, it's like the innocence of a child. Like, Barbie's naked, you can't see her. Anyway, Barbie all the way, man. Let's see how long this train is gonna last on the tracks. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE with what's going down in H-Town.
It is brought to you by Duncan. The annual Houston Theater Week is back for a repeat performance with even more exclusive deals. This is a great deal, y'all. If you're looking for a great date night, great family night, there's so many shows in Houston theaters for 1 week only, August 14th through the 20th. New and established music and theater enthusiasts can take advantage of a great deal. It's buy one, get one free when it comes to a ticket opportunity. This is a really good deal. Back last year, when they did their inaugural year, they sold 17,500 combined tickets from 20 different participating organizations. Now, to get tickets, go to HoustonTheaterWeek.com. That's HoustonTheaterWeek.com. This is a sad stat. 1 in 5 Southeast Texas children is considered food insecure, which means they do not have consistent access to enough food. The Houston Food Bank's Backpack Buddy program works to fill in that gap for hungry children by providing nutritious, child-friendly food for students to take home over the weekend. Think about that, because a lot of times they're only eating during the weekdays. Now, this year, KHOU 11 is actually helping by matching all donations up to $11,000. If you'd like to make a donation, I think what they're doing at KHOU is great. Go to KHOU.com. It's right there on the front page, and you can make a donation. And a search warrant reveals the inner workings of a fraudulent license plate scheme allegedly run by a Spring woman. Tina Maria Jimenez was arrested in March. She's charged with money laundering and unauthorized reproduction and sale of temporary tags. This is why we're getting rid of paper plates, y'all. So these are felonies. Investigators discovered that she issued no buyer tags, which means she sold no cars. However, she issued 1,037 dealer tags. Now, dealer tags are mostly reserved for agents or dealerships for test drivers or loaner cars. She also issued 8 vehicle tags to the same vehicle in a 1-month period. So,
can we pin her with all the crimes that were committed with those paper tags?
Yeah.
How many people are committing crimes and they've got paper tags on their cars?
Yeah, well, that's all going away. It's going bye-bye. And that's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, friends, it's Tuesday, which means we're going to try something new. Try It Tuesday happens here on the Roula and Ryan Show. And because we're celebrating the dog days of summer, it's all about your pups. And, you know, for years before I even had a dog, I saw Frosty Paws in the grocery store freezer section. I was like, oh, that's funny. Is that real ice cream for us, or is that dog ice cream? And there are other companies that now have copied over the years. So we thought, it's so hot outside. Our puppers with their fur coats trying to go for a walk. What's that ice cream actually taste like? God, why are we doing this to ourselves?
God.
We've got 3 different kinds. And we have tried dog. Sam tried pupperoni. Didn't we all try pupperoni?
I tried it too.
It was disgusting, wasn't it?
Yeah, it tasted like it had something to like help my coat get shinier. Yeah. It was gross.
So
Like wax.
it's hot outside, and I guess we're going to cool off with some puppy ice cream. Next
God.
on the Roula and Ryan Show.